Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live. Happy Saturday. Happy Sunday. Hello. Nice to see you all. Hi, Peter. Hi, Joanne. Who else is here? Good morning to you too. I'm on a new setup today on my new laptop, so I figured might as well get used to doing the lives on the laptop. Hopefully, I can actually read chat better. Good morning, Peter. Who else is here? If you're new, say hello and where you're from. If you're not new, say hello and where you're from. It's nice to have people here today. Good morning, Joanne. How's the image quality? I've got this ring light right in my face. It's kind of interesting. It's like right there. Thank you. Good. Hello, Helen, north of England. Welcome from the UK. Very good. Or are you meaning Scotland, north of England? Nice to have you join us. Hello, hello. The UK, it's United Kingdom. Let's see. So it's England, Wales, and Scotland, right? Scotland in the north. Oh, you're right near the border. Isn't there Hi Rebecca from Chicago. I lived in Chicago for 2 years. I love Chicago. Great city. Helen, Rebecca, are you guys new to my streams? To my lives? Oh, going wonderful. Welcome, Helen. I hope that you enjoy it today. For the first few minutes, we basically chit chat, and then I'll explain what we're going to be doing and who I am. Glad to hear that the quality looks good. Or great, Peter said. Yes, very cool, very cool. How's the sound? It's the same externals I've been using. Yes, Rebecca, I agree. She says it's a great place to live. I joined a session a while ago, really enjoyed it, and glad my schedule is lining up today. Wonderful. Very good for you. I'm happy to have you back. I feel like the camera is out of place. I don't know. I'm not used to this yet. We're trying new things to get ready for all the changes. Good. Yeah. Well, it's the same mic that I've been using. You just can't see it. The sound quality is really good on this. For 35 bucks, I got a deal. Joanne, when you become a teacher, I highly recommend this microphone if you don't already have one. Yeah, it's the HyperX Solo, what's it called? HyperX Solo Cast. It's an excellent, excellent mic. So how are you guys doing today? What's going on? How you feeling? Anybody who's been doing the 30-day challenge with the appreciation game with me that I invited everybody to last week? How has that been? What's your experience been so far? Mine has been, so I think I'm like day 9 or 10 because I started a few days before I invited you guys. And it's been really, really good. But the last 2 days, I've found it a little harder to make the list at bedtime and in the morning. And I had a little, yeah, you're sleep deprived, so you doze off. Oh, that happens, Peter. So this morning I did something different, which I have never, ever done before. Hello, Violet. Good to see you, dear. Nice to see you here after I saw you on yours yesterday. Yeah, so this morning I actually added to my list qualities and characteristics about myself that I appreciate, which normally I'm only doing people, places, and things that are outside myself. So it was really an interesting new facet to doing the appreciation game. Oh, Joanne says it's been fun. Great. What'd you say? You don't have, oh, you don't have a mic, only on your headphones. Yeah, brilliant headphones. EPOS hybrid ones. Have to message me with your mic details. Yeah, I can give you my whole loadout if you want, because I have a great camera too. Well, I think it's a great camera. Very cool. Violet, how are you, my dear? How are you feeling after your live? That was a fun live. Violet did a great live yesterday where we scripted, and I scripted. It's if you've ever heard of Abraham's pre-paving, where they have you run through a scenario in your mind as though it's actually now happening right now, and you just get excited and you get into the feeling space, and you get really excited. Basically, you're trying to celebrate really the different aspects of whatever you are pre-paving for. And she did scripting, which is a journaling way of doing that. And I'd never done it that way by like, but maybe I'd done it, but not in many, many years, probably over a dozen years. And I scripted about my new job, which is a great job. I love my new job. It's so cool. Hey, by the way, I haven't gotten it yet. Oh, I'm so glad, Violet. Yeah, that was such a lovely live. I hope a lot of people got a benefit out of it. Ooh, my laptop's smaller, so chat's gonna go by quicker, but I can see the wording better. Oh, okay. Very, very cool. Oh, it was a lovely experience, Violet, and I'm so glad because I was in the middle of some things when I hopped on your live, and you were talking about scripting, and I'm like, oh, I do that in my mind every once in a while or semi regularly or whatever. But then I was like, oh, there's a real value of writing it down, isn't there? And I'm just gonna drop everything, just pay attention to the live, and I'm gonna do the scripting. And I didn't even know what I was gonna script about until we started. And then I was like, well, the next big thing that I want to manifest is this part-time job. And you were an inspiration to me, Violet, because I'm looking for very, very similar. I'm like work from home. I want to be part-time, paid well, like just great environment, great culture, really understanding people. So yeah, it was really, really fun, and I'm looking forward to rereading it. Yeah, so thank you. For anyone who doesn't know, Violet 108 is a fellow teacher here at Insight Timer. Do check her out. She is lovely and a very sweet person. Oh, hey, Melinda. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Well, I wish I could control the scroll area a little better. Oh, well, that's all good. Yes, Melinda was there. I'm glad you enjoyed it too. So, who else is doing the appreciation game with us for 30 days, a 30-day challenge? Or does anyone not know about it? Joanne, you said it's been going really well. Yeah, I said it's been fun. Yes, Peter. I know you were concerned about 30-day commitment. That's okay. No worries. Yeah, Melanie was fun to watch and listen to yesterday too. Mm. So I was prepping before this live today, and I was like, all right, we're doing a soul journey today. For those of you who know what it is, I will explain for the new people soon what that is. Actually, I think the blurb in the writing is fairly well description, but I usually try to tap in with my guides and to source before I do a live. And so I was prepping, I was in the restroom, washing my face and everything, and I was like, all right, guides, where are we going today? Like what are we doing today? What kind of a journey we're doing today? And I got this very vivid image, which startled me. So we're gonna go somewhere that we've never been before on today's soul journey. So I hope that you enjoy it. And it's going to be really interesting to see what develops. Yes. Oh, Peter, you probably are already psychic twins networking with my with the image in my mind. Peter has this ability to actually see what I'm feeling energetically, which is very Fascinating, actually. And then she sometimes draws it and stuff. Yes, and V, if you want help with the purging, I'm your man. So reach out, send me a line, whatever you need. I have very straightforward process, and I'm really ruthless, but I'm not heartless about it. And that's the trick with purging belongings. You have to be ruthless. You too, Melinda? Do you need help with that too? Yeah. I could tell you right now, it's very straightforward. There's a couple key rules that you follow as bestest as you can. And I say that a little silly, goofy like, because I'm a goofball, as you know, but just because purging can be fun, right? It can be challenging too, but it's very, very simple. If I haven't used it in 6 months, or if I think I'm not going to use it in 6 months, it's out. So there's a 6 months before, 6 months after rule. And then if it doesn't have significant sentimental value, meaning, for example, not just, oh, I like this, but meaning this is super rare and my mom gave it to me. Right. Or this is super rare. I bought it somewhere and it's just the owning of it and the purchase of it were just, or the gifting to me of it are just of great personal emotional value. I just really value it. Right. But if it's just something that you can, if it's something that you really like and that you appreciate, but you know you can replace it, then that's out as well. Now, the hard part is when you have tons and tons and tons of stuff from lots of different people or lots of different experiences. That's the really hard part. I've just been consistently purging every time I move. So yours is a year. Yeah, mine's 6 months just because I'm a little bit more rapid. But you could really, honestly, you could pick a year, you could pick 6 months, could be arbitrary 8 or 7 months. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, donating is really, by out, I don't necessarily mean trash. I just mean you are committing to no longer owning it, whether that is gets donated or whatnot. So I'm really ruthless with that. So that's it. That's all I do. And that's just a question of sitting down, taking time and doing it. But it's easier for some folks than others, got to be honest. All right. What else are you guys saying? Ooh, Peta had a crystal spree yesterday and bought herself some turquoise adventuring. Oh, I want adventuring. That sounds fun. And Kambaba Jasper. Wow. Neato. 10 years. Yeah. 10 years. Okay. Hi, anybody else new? Say hi. Welcome to the live. My name's Greg. I'm going to be doing my full intro in a few minutes, and then we're going to get started with the soul journey. I am here practicing on a whole new system, my new laptop, and seeing how it goes. But so far, so good, except the bright light is right in my eyes. Cool. How's everybody feeling today? What's going on? Hello, Molly. Nice to meet you or see you again. I can't remember if we've met already. Why is that, Peta? Adventuring? It looks like adventure, which is what that caught my eye. I want a crystal that is about adventure. That sounds fun. But why would it be ideal for me, my friend? You have hundreds, Joanne? That's cool. Blue green like the sea. Oh, that's really cool. My birthstone is amethyst. I think those are a crystal too, right? Oh, the adventuring is Pisces? Oh, I'm a Pisces. I volunteer as tribute. Oh yeah, adventuring then. I'm gonna write that down. I love that. We will add that to the list of things Greg wants to acquire. Thank you, Peter. Adventurine crystal. That's cool. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. I'm ready to begin. How you guys feeling? Who else is here? Anyone else want to say hi? Tell us how they're doing? Melinda. Oh, wait. Violet says, Peter, I have green aventurine. Oh, green aventurine. Never saw turquoise. It sounds lovely. Oh, wow. Melinda, I have a question about what we're going to do today. As I have said before, I've never been able to visualize, and sometimes I have trouble with your lives. Any suggestions? Yeah, that's a great question, Melinda, and I applaud you for having the courage and the self-care to speak up and ask that. Yeah, so if you're a strong sensor or feeler, like I've always been all my life, I've never been strong visually. Um, I don't know why I can do this now when I do these journeys with you guys. So it's a newly developed skill in the last year, which I'm really, really appreciating. But before that, I was really just what I call sensate, basically feeling things. So if you can take the if you how do I put it this way? So one sec, getting a message. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, but thank you anyways. Okay. So the general idea for feeling into the journey is similar to feeling into reading a book or feeling into watching a movie, right? So it doesn't really matter whether you are visual or not, but you can let's say for example that I describe a dark space, right? Well, you can take that description and you can translate it into what it would feel like, because I mean you're not really, you don't have to see anything in a dark space either. Maybe let's find a better example. Okay, so let's say that I'm talking about, like we did the other night, I'm talking about laying down on the top of a grassy knoll, right? So it's not so much about being able to see the specific visualization, but it is really about tapping into the energy and the feeling of that. Because at the end of the day, a visualization can be a crutch or it can be a tool, right? And if you're not naturally visual, then all you have left are your other senses. So perhaps you're really strong auditorially, right? So you might be able to connect with the sounds of a journey better. Or in your case, Melinda, you're talking about feeling, right? And so what would it feel like to be gently laying down at the top of a grassy knoll? Because you know what a grassy knoll is, right? It's a hill. You've seen or been to grassy hills before, and hopefully, maybe you have, I don't know. When I was a kid, I laid down in the grass. So I remember what it feels like to lay down in the grass. And ultimately, the visualization is just a possible pathway to the energetic experience of the journey. And the energetic experience of the journey is really about the feeling, anyways. So I wouldn't fret too much, Melinda. Yes, you felt yourself in the grassy knoll. Exactly. You've got it, my dear. Because the reality of, not the reality, how do I say this? The intention and the design, if we could call it a design, because I just intuit these journeys and then guide you guys through them. But the intention behind it is to have an experience. So if that experience is purely visual, that's fine. If that experience has no visuals and it's just sensing and feeling, that's fantastic too. So there really isn't a right or wrong about any of it. My hope is that folks can immerse themselves in it in whatever way works best for them, and that they are actually really, at the end of the day, what I'm doing is helping you experience your own energy, your own feelings. And so whatever tools work best for you, visual, sound, the words, maybe the words, somebody might be a really good wordsmith or a really good writer or something, and then the words that I say are what they connect with, and maybe they see the words in their head. I don't know. I mean, there's only usually a handful of people who share about their experience, and we haven't like done an in-depth study about the different ways people experience these journeys. Because to a large degree, you guys are all helping me test, like, tweak and test, this really adventuresome, fun technique that I have brought out, that has been brought out of me or whatever. So does that make sense? You see what you guys are saying? Molly's been in her house for 40 years. Yep, yep. Okay, good. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, okay, Melinda, you're so tapped in then. If you're hearing words in these meditations and sometimes your body kind of shivers, just roll with that, my friend. Make that means that you are already connecting with the energy of the experience or its ways. Yeah, absolutely. There was a time period about 12 years ago where I would sit down to meditate, and I still have this every once in a while. And because I was so relaxed after meditating for many decades, I would have these waves of energy coming through my body, and my arm would just like shiver, or like I would like my shoulders would like suddenly like roll or whatever. And I was like, whoa, what is that? And then I tapped into it, and it was just like, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was just like I must have tapped into something or gone somewhere in the meditation, and then my body was responding to the waves of energy that were like coursing through me. And they weren't bad, they didn't feel bad, um but it was just quite fascinating. And I'll often do that when I'm sitting and listening to something that maybe really connects with me on a deep level. It's really quite moving, quite fascinating. Joanne says, for me, I sense it sometimes and sometimes visualize it. Yeah, honestly, when I am guiding and talking through them, I don't always see it either. Well, I know that I go there energetically, and I hope that you guys do as well to some degree or to a full degree. But yeah, um, don't get hung up on the visualization. Yeah. Great question, Melinda. Thank you so much. And that leads right into my introduction. Thank you, Melinda, for doing that. Hello and welcome to everybody who's new. My name is Greg Phillips. I'm so many things. I just wrote down a bunch of things that I am today. I'm a channel, I'm a spiritual advisor. What else did I write? I take people on sacred energy journeys, which we're calling a sacred energy guide. I am a champion of other people's ahas. I really love celebrating other people's awarenesses and growth, which is super, super fun. And what I do here today on this live is what I call a soul journey. So if you're new, welcome to your first soul journey. I'm honored to have you here, and I'm excited for you. I basically create and hold a space of love, and then guide you guys on an energetic journey into your heart, into your own energy, where we explore a variety of different topics. So on Saturdays here, we do what I call soul journeys. It's a type of shadow work, although I don't know that people who created shadow work would deem it shadow work, but I think it is. But it's very loving. And basically, what we're doing is we're going to go on an energetic journey, and we are going to meet what I call a lost fragment of our soul. And in my belief, whatever happened to create that fragment at whatever time of life that was created, what happened is that on some level, we had enough presence of mind or consciousness at that moment to tuck that away for safekeeping until we were older, wiser, more mature, smarter, spiritually had grown more, or basically we're just ready to meet that fragment. And the hope is that on the journey, we can bring a lot of love and a lot of allowing in as we meet them, and that we just be present with that lost fragment, and we can learn from it, and we can maybe even reintegrate it and embrace it. And so that's the whole idea about soul journeys. Hi, Thomas. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So that's what a soul journey is. Many people consider it a guided visualization or a guided meditation. I actually go somewhere energetically, so I call them sacred energy journeys. And I'm honored and happy to have everybody here. So today we are going somewhere very, very new. So for the people that are repeat and regulars, my guides gave me I said, where are we going today? And they immediately gave me the image of fire. So we've never, quote unquote, played with fire before. We've never worked with fire on a journey before. I've worked with earth, and we've worked with air, and we've worked with water. And so now we're going to work with fire. The interesting thing about fire, as I was walking down the stairs to come turn on the live, fire is associated with the third chakra. Third chakra is the solar plexus, and that is our source of strength, self-confidence, willpower, conviction. I mean, some people might even set intentions. Also, the solar plexus is slightly above the belly button in terms of location. And it's very much a core spot on our body, right? A lot of martial arts pull their strength from the core, right? And I believe that the third chakra is involved in that as well. So just a little bit of extra. All right. My friends, settle into your chairs, close your eyes, and we will gently begin our journey. Begin by being aware of your breathing. And without trying too hard, find a comfortable, relaxed, and regular breathing rhythm. Just whatever is enjoyable and feels good to you. It could be deep breaths with a hold, or it could be just in and out, in and out. Slowly and gently become aware of the different parts of your body that are touching the piece of furniture that you are on. Perhaps you're sitting in a large, comfy chair, and you can feel every piece of that chair up against various parts of your body. Maybe you're laying down on a couch or a bed on your side or your back. Just feel into, really become curious about each spot on your body that is touching that furniture that you are laying or sitting upon. And as you do so, become aware of your feet and how they are touching the ground and the floor beneath you. I encourage you to uncross your legs if that's how you're sitting, and make sure that both feet are planted firmly on the ground, legs relaxed. Reach out your left hand in front of you, facing down towards the earth. and extend a beam of soft golden light from the center of your palm down into the floor, down into the ground beneath the floor, down into the top layers of dirt of the planet, and continue to extend that further and further into the planet. It can be as thick or as thin as you want, but it is an energetic beam of light, a cord, if you will, extending down from the center of your left hand. Make sure your hand and arm are relaxed as you do this. There is no efforting, no pushing or trying necessary. Just a gentle, energetic extension. And allow that beam of light to extend all the way down, further and further past the roots of trees, past underground streams and thick, thick layers of stone and rock, until it reaches the very center of the earth, that molten core, and tap that line of energy right into the core. Just anchor it there. And allow the fire of the center of the earth, the molten rock and lava, the energy of that to flow back up through this cord, rushing up through this energetic beam that you've extended down all the way up into your hand. There's a warmth to it. There's a vibrancy. It is alive. And bring your hand just above your belly button and place that left hand right on your solar plexus and allow that molten energy to sink deep into your third chakra, filling it with vibrant, fiery, lively, molten deliciousness. And keep your left hand there, just a few inches above your belly button, right on your third chakra. And then extend your right hand outward in front of your body, palm facing up. And extend another beam of energy, another beautiful beam of light up from the center of your palm on your right hand. And send that skyward, my friends, aiming for the very sun that lights and warms our planet. Extend it up through the atmosphere, through the layers of clouds, up into the stratosphere as the air gets thin, until it pierces the final layer of air and makes its way into space. Extend that beam further and further past the moon, past Mars, past Venus, past Mercury, until it reaches and finds the sun. And the minute it touches, solar flares flicker up, licking and touching that beam of light that you've extended. And the sun makes an offering of light and heat and warmth down back through that energetic cord that you've extended. The fire of the sun extending all the way back down through space, through the stratosphere of Earth, through the layers of air and clouds, all the way back down to the very place you're seated and to your right hand. And feel the tingle and the lighting up and the brightness of that energy reach your right hand. And then bring your right hand to your solar plexus. Just place it on top of your left. And allow these two different sources of heat and fire and light to fill your belly. And together with Mother Earth and Father Sky, we begin our journey and picture yourself standing on a very rocky surface. There's a river of lava flowing on either side of you, not too near, but just in the near distance. You can feel the heat from the lava as it warms your skin. And you feel that these two streams of lava are calling you to move forward. Be careful with your steps, my friends. Look for secure rocks as you move forward. For we are in a very tumultuous and unstable environment. But we carry within us the gift of support from Mother Earth and the gift of light from Father Sky. And so we are safe, but we must be careful. So as you gently pick and choose where to place your feet as you slowly move forward, you begin to get a feel for how to do this without looking too intently at the path, which gives you a moment or two to begin to look around as you move forward. There are rocks strewn everywhere, some of them aglow with heat and fire, and others are dark with ash. It's as though you've emerged at the bottom of a volcano that had recently erupted, but has now quieted down. Rocks are strewn everywhere in various forms of heated or cooled. Some are glowing with embers around the edges, and some are bright red. Others are charred black or grayish lava colored. There is no stitch of life to be found around you. There are no plants. There are no critters. And the sky is covered or clouded by an ash cloud. The air is warm and thick, but safe to breathe. And you begin to wonder, what kind of a soul fragment have you tucked away in such an environment? And the very thought of that bolsters your courage, increases your conviction, and you know that it is your singular purpose today to find and rescue this fragment. Because nothing should have to live in an environment that is changing so drastically and so profoundly. And so you press on with a renewed sense of hope and conviction. And as you continue to walk, you find that the heat is dying down. The rocks here have begun or have proceeded well into their cooling state. and you sense a presence in the not too distant future. Not too distant future. Yeah, we'll say it that way. Not too far away. And as you begin to, or as you continue forward, sensing with your intuition where this presence is, you realize that they are hiding somewhere behind a rather large rock. And so you use your exceptional sight, powered by the sun, to look for a structure of rocks that may be where this presence is hiding. Continue walking forward as you look around, and then you spot it. There it is. It is the largest one in this field of molten rocks. It has fully cooled, but there is still plenty of heat around it in the area, and the ground is potentially unstable this close to the volcano. But you proceed with confidence and caution. And as you reach this large rock, you can hear a soft whimper of tears. This presence has been here so long and has been scared, with no one to comfort it, no one to accompany it. And as you turn around the corner of this large rock, you see them. Stop for a moment and be the observer, be the witness, become curious, take a deep, long look. This is your lost soul fragment that you've come to rescue. Take a long, deep look, my friends. Perhaps their hair is burnt and charred, and their face is gray with ash from the environment. And it looks like their clothes have seen better days. Perhaps there's burned through marks or rips and tears. And your heart is filled with compassion for the difficulties and the challenge that they have been through. Take note of their age. Are they young? Are they old? Are they you? Perhaps someone else who represents this soul fragment. Perhaps they're not even human, or perhaps they are simply an energetic form. Whatever it is, observe it, take it in, hold space for it in your heart, for there are no right or wrongs on our journey today. There's just the experience of being with what you see, of being present with this fragment. Suddenly, the fragment looks up and notices you, has a frightened look on its face. So you speak softly and gently to reassure it. Hello, dear one. Fear not, I have come to be with you. And a small glint of hope flickers in their eyes. Be with me? Yes, I have come to be with you. What do you want? Nothing. I've come to meet you. Why? I've missed you. I've come to take you home if you wish. But this is my home. I I think this is my home. May I join you there on the ground, you ask? Oh, yes, of course, it says. It's not very comfortable, but you can sit right here. And gently lower yourself, my friend. Not too close, but close enough to be comforting and reassuring to this fragment. It is still quite scared. I noticed you're shaking and shivering, you say to it. Yes, it's just the way of things here. Everything shakes. Everything shakes. And you realize they're talking about the instability of the environment. How long have you been here, you ask? Oh gosh, I've lived here for my goodness, I don't know. I only seem to remember here. I don't know how long I've been here. Do you know how long I've been here? And if you do know, the detail doesn't matter that much, but you are welcome to share it with the fragment. Wow. Okay. Maybe it has been that long. I don't even know what that long means. Have I always been here? No, you say. Nor do you have to stay here. But this is all I know. That's okay. We'll just sit here together and wait. And as you wait with this soul fragment, my friends, you realize that their fear is simply of the environment. And their fear isn't the reason that they are here. And you close your eyes and you extend your energy outward towards this soul fragment, using your compassion and your intuition. You attempt to sense who and what this soul fragment really is. And as you do so, fires begin to spurt up from the ground. Quick plumes of fire all around you. They're not close enough to hurt the two of you, but they are very active. Your dear fragment begins to get even more and more afraid. I can hold you if you wish, you offer. Oh, really? Oh, that would be lovely. And they immediately curl up in your arms, shivering and shaking in fear. Fear not, dear one, you say. I have on good authority that this place can no longer hurt you. And they look up at you with the most whimsical, curious expression. How do you know this? And you simply say, because I'm in charge while I'm here. And I have decreed that it can no longer hurt you. Oh, well, I wish you'd been here sooner then. I know, you say, but I'm here now. Does that mean you can change here? Well, I might be able to, but I can get us out of here, if you wish. Oh, yes, I'd like that very much. We have to walk. Are you able to stand? You ask them. Yes, I can stand. I just prefer sitting. I don't blame you, you say. And together you gently stand. You're offering them support to get up from the ground if they need it. And you begin to walk together, hand in hand, further away from this whole volcanic area. And as you get further and further away, signs of life begin to show in the terrain around you. A small bit of grass or a plant here and there. And soon whole patches with flowers. And you notice somehow that the rivers of lava have disappeared and been replaced by a gentle babbling brook off to your side. You can hear the soothing sound as it babbles its way into the distance. That sounds lovely, says the fragment. Can we go there? Of course we can go there, you say. And you turn in the direction of the babbling brook. Eventually, you and they reach the edge of the brook and follow it further on. All the way to where it meets with its source. A gentle pool of crystal clear blue water. Very inviting looking. And the two of you sit on the edge of this pool. And you take off your shoes and roll up your pants. And you dangle your feet in it, playing with the water. It feels so cool and refreshing to the touch. And you can feel as it cleans and cleanses your tired and dirty feet. And your soul fragment giggles with delight. Oh, I remember now. This is water. This feels so good. Yes, it does, you say. How long do we stay here? As long as you like, you reassure them. And there is no tumultuous ground here. The grass covers everything. The critters skitter around in the distance. You can feel the vibrancy of life around you. And the sun, as it passes overhead, shines down, warming your bodies. Encouraged by the warmth of the sun and the cool of the water, you suggest to your fragment that you guys take a swim. Oh, that sounds lovely, the fragment says. Let's do it. And you both strip down and dive into the water. splashing and playing, allowing it to cleanse the dirt, the grime, and the ash from the volcanic area off of both of your bodies. Feel the playfulness that this fragment is now embodying, the joy of this experience that it is having. And it is contagious. When you begin to splash each other and play, creating games and chasing each other, whatever is enjoyable. And as the sun moves into the afternoon sky, you climb out of the pool gently and easily and lay on the grass in a huge patch of sunlight, allowing it to warm and dry your bodies. That was fun, you say. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm ready now, says the fragment. Good, you say, and you realize that in that moment, the fragment is now clear and clean to tell you who it is, what part of you it represents. It couldn't do so back in the lava fields. It couldn't do so covered with ash and grime. It couldn't do so while it was scared. But it can now. Tell me, you say, what message for me do you have now that we're clean and warm and comfortable? And the fragment begins to tell you who it is, how it came to be in the place of lava, what caused it to break off from your soul. It encourages you to peer into the pool, now the surface clear as glass and still. And as it waves its hand over this pool, you see the life experience that caused this fragment to break off. You see the journey that it went through. And you realize that even though you found it scared and alone, it is. It just is. It is very much itself. It is very much a part of you. And you nod in understanding. Thank you, you say. Thank you for sharing this with me. I have truly missed you. Oh, good. It's nice to not be alone anymore, isn't it? Yes, you say. It is very comforting. Well, it's time for me to go. Thank you for rescuing me. Really glad you came. Oh, it's my pleasure, you say. I'm really glad I found you. And you watch as this fragment once again steps into the pool, leaving you on the shoreline. And as it walks deeper and deeper into the pool, it turns for a moment and looks back at you. We're together now forever. Thank you for coming to save me. I'll see you soon. And it turns and walks deeper and deeper into the pool till its head is under the water's surface. And you watch as it gently dissolves. into the water. Close your eyes and bask in the sun as it begins to set in the horizon. Tonight's colors are vibrant. It's the most beautiful sunset ever, almost like fireworks. Splashes of red, purples, oranges, yellows, blues. It's lovely. And you know that your fragment has once again rejoined your very life force. And you too are ready to leave this place. And so you close your eyes and lay down on the grass. And you begin to let this beautiful, calm, soothing scene slip away. The sound of the critters and the birds disappear. The rustle of the wind through the leaves calms to a still silence. And you begin to become aware again of your physical body in your chair or laying wherever you are laying in the real physical world. And you slowly and gently listen in and feel for all the various parts of your body that are touching your chair or whatever furniture you are on. Feel into your body for any areas of tightness or stiffness that need loosening. Relax and roll your shoulders. Roll your neck if you need to. Stretch your face out. Stretch your arms and hands. Adjust your legs. Wiggle your toes. Place your hands on your cheeks and feel the warmth. And gently and slowly reopen your eyes, coming back to the moment, coming back to the here and the now. Oh, if you feel so called, either mentally or physically, bow in honor of your very own soul and energy. And thanks for this journey today, my friends. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, anyone who joined while we were mid-journey. Hi, Laura. Good to see you, dear. Hello, Robin. Welcome. Hi, Kimmy. Good to see you, my friend. And Linda, hello. Ivana, welcome. Hi, Gary. Welcome, welcome. Monica, my dear dragon friend. Good to see you. Ah, how was that, my friends? We have never journeyed with fire before. Yes, dragon. Ah. Awesome. Wow. That was really different. That was unique. For anyone who came in late, fear not, you missed nothing. If you wish to watch the replay, it will be available later this evening or in a few hours, probably, on my YouTube channel. And if you have no idea how to get there, it's really easy. You can go to my profile on Insight Timer, You go to the About tab and scroll all the way down, and that's the one link that they allow us to put up as teachers. I can also just tell it to you. It's yaygreg.com. That points to my link tree, and you can find all of my non-Insight Timer as well as the Insight Timer link there. You can find my YouTube and socials and whatever else. If you wish to connect outside of Insight Timer, I welcome and happily receive that. If you want to connect inside Insight Timer, that's hard to say that 10 times fast. Yeah, you can just follow me and then you're able to message me directly. And if you have any questions about what you experienced, I can entertain them through either here the chat, or if you don't feel like sharing here in chat, you can write me directly and let me know what happened. Yes. Oh, Peter says, whoa. Yeah, what is that? Oh, wow. Very cool. Now, my friends, it's time for anyone who feels so moved to share what their journey was with this soul fragment. You can talk about any part of it. If you're feeling really gobsmacked and you don't want to share, I totally get that. No problem. Respect and love and allowance here for that. If you have returned from this journey and you feel like you could use some clarification about what you heard or saw or felt or experienced, please feel free to ask it in the chat, and I will do my best to try to help with that. One of my gifts is to be able to tap into people's energy and pick up on what that was. Hello, Laura. Good to see you. Gosh, I was just thinking of you yesterday or the day before. How are you? It's nice to have you here. Oh, wow. So I felt lots of different emotions throughout that journey. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, there was a lot going on. Does anybody wish to share? Is Liz here too? Hello, Liz. Our Toronto friend Liz. Wow, 112 people. A lot of people came in since we started. Yeah, if you want to experience that journey for yourself, my friends, go check out my YouTube later tonight, probably in about an hour or two. Well, let's see, what time is it? I have to have supper soon, but yeah, probably within the next 2 hours, I'll have it up. Yeah. Once people are done sharing, if they wish to, which I like to leave space for that. After that, I'll pull an oracle card from our beautiful and lovely Star Seeds. Let's see, there we go. Star Seed Oracle deck. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome to you. She says, I came partway in. Wow, beautiful journey. Love the visuals. I will look for the replay for the full experience. Yeah, indeed. I do different kinds of journeys. So on Wednesdays, when I book Wednesday Lives, I do what's called a spirit walk. And that's where we go on an energetic, sacred energy journey to meet one or more of our spirit guides. And we can ask them a question, have a topic for that, like we might have an intention or something we're seeking guidance over, and we can actually learn from them or just bask in their love. Saturdays is soul journeys. Fridays, I do something called Free Yourself. It's very similar to a soul journey where it's not so much looking at a lost fragment of ourselves like we were today, but it's more of the Fridays I like to look at um, a current piece of ourselves, something that we maybe are pushing away, ignoring, dismissing, we're not comfortable with, maybe we're scared of it or angry at it, just a part of our current lives or current who we are in the here and now. So that's Fridays, and I've got more that I'm developing. I'm actually thinking about doing a grief one, which would be about going deep into our hearts and meeting a loved one who has passed on ahead of us, and actually getting to be present with them in the same journey idea. So that could be awesome. And then just whatever others come to me right now. I'm glad that you enjoyed, Jennifer, and let me know how the experience of the full journey is for you. Peter says, when we entered the water, I had a strong sensation in both hands, like strong magnets realigning. I reset. My fragment was represented by Cat Weasel, a fictional TV book character, like a hobo. Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Very interesting. A realigning, a reset, Peter. Mm, yes. Yes, I'm getting an image, Peter, of a line that was all squiggly and kind of not just squiggly like waveform, but kind of like really crooked, out of balance, like way off its path, and then just sort of like a softening of all that to where this line, it's almost like I can't see the color exactly. It's up, it's vertical, it's up and down. Wow, yeah, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb, Peter, and say that you realigned your life force. I'm totally getting like a Kundalini life force, up the spine kind of feel. Wow, that was really profound. Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. Thomas says mine was a fragment of my inner child as it has been before. Very moving. What aspect? What facet of your inner child, Thomas, did it have? Did it represent anything specific, or was it just more in general the inner child? Jennifer would love one on grief. My mom passed suddenly a few months ago. Yeah, my dear friend Marty just passed May 13th. So that has informing my thoughts around grief journeys. I'm trying to pick a name though, and I don't know what day of the week would be good for it. So I could be any old day of the week. Hi, Liz. Liz says hi, everyone in the room, wherever you are in the world, from Toronto. I've been listening to Gregarious Greg's live event and decided to make an appearance for what time is left. Hello, Liz. So good to see you. How's Tony today? Thomas says it represents what the inner child wanted from a parent or parents. Thomas, yes. Oh, wow. Yes, I feel so much longing from that. And yet, and let there's an there's a significant easing of the longing. It's almost like I feel like this ball of light or glom of something. Maybe it's not glom of energy that is just like clingy and full of longing, like desperate longing. But I also feel that it's like moving away from us, and that longing is just really softening. Oh, wow. It's like softening and lessening at the same time. It's softening into something else while it lessens in its intensity. It's almost like it's turning into pure and perfect desire or appreciation or love. Wow, that is really cool, Thomas. Gary, you too? Hmm. The longing for something that we wanted from parents can be so profoundly powerful, but in a really uncentered, ungrounded way. Sometimes the experience of it is so visceral sometimes that it's just, yeah, it can overtake. Yeah, it can overtake decision making. Wow. Yeah. Really interesting. I don't know where that thought came from. Well, I know where they all come from. They come from us. Hello, Alethea. Hello. I was late, but I couldn't identify which fragment. All of them are terrified and sad. Oh, I feel like there are thousands and they move in ahead of each other when they feel more pain. Oh my goodness. Let me see, Alethea. Yes, I see that. Wow. Mm, it's overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be, my friend. Beautiful thing, Alethea, is that all of your fragments are safe because you've tucked them away for safekeeping until you're ready to meet each one individually or as a group if you so wish. So they're safe and sound, my friend, and they will be there. They're still part of you. They're just tucked away for safekeeping, but they'll be there when you're ready. You maybe aren't ready today. Maybe it's just too much for this moment, or maybe they will come and visit you in a dream. Who knows? Or a future meditation. Hmm. My encouragement to you, Althea, would just be to continue to hold a loving space for them in your heart, to really be the witness and the observer of them. And they may not offer any clarity yet, but you can hold that loving space for them until they and you are ready. Yeah. Oh, Liz, you're so fun. Thanks for all the greetings to everybody. Would anyone else like to share about their journey? Yeah, Althea says everything often feels too much. I'm trying to learn to nurture. Yeah, you can do that, my friend. It is possible. It takes an attitude and perspective of loving allowance. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about that. My very first spirit guide, Dr. Peebles, would often say, we encourage you to have loving allowance for all things to be in their own time and place, starting with yourselves. And it's just such a lovely intention if we can bring that into our difficulties, right? It's one of the reasons during the journeys that I invite you guys to be the observer, to be the witness, to be curious. It gets us out of our thinking and puts us into this very neutral place. And when we bring a lot of love into that, it really helps us to embody loving allowance. It helps us to look at this potentially scary, overwhelming, angry, sad, difficult, challenging, uncomfortable piece of ourselves with true compassion, with the wisdom of our own heart's intuition, right? The wisdom of our very heart. And instead of our stories, instead of the judgments and the analysis and the evaluating and the expectations we have around these particular lost fragments, right? When we come in and we're just this person on a journey, observing our environment and observing what this fragment is like, then we can let go of those judgments. We can let go of those things that the mind does that really don't make the situation any better, right? And we can then use the mind as a tool instead of a master. We can use the mind as a tool for focus on the different parts of the journey. So I believe in you, Althea. I know that you can do it. Hello, Maya. On my journey, she says, two of my siblings are not helping at all with the care of our disabled fourth sibling. I am concerned about my own resources, and I have the least financial resources of the three of us. Wow. The mind does create the fear, Gary. Exactly. It creates all the emotional, it creates the energy. Thoughts create energy, and our emotions are our guidance or our indicators of what quality of energy, what type of energy, what vibrational quality that energy has. So yeah, the mind creates the fear. Maya, that is really fascinating. It's almost like, is that the fragment, Maya, is the fragment, are you describing a current situation or a past situation? Hello, Shelley. Good to see you. Better late than never, my dear. You want to share the responsibility. Oh, my friend. Yeah. Well, responsibility. Hold on for a moment. Let me tap into that for you. Okay, Maya, there's a lot of mental pressure going on in your mind right now, in your headspace. I can feel that you have, that your mind has locked onto the financial aspect of responsibility. And I want to encourage you to let that go. There are so many different ways to show up and support people, and not just the people in our lives, loved ones, not just the financial piece, right? You can support with your physical and loving presence. You can support with acts of kindness. You can support with um, whatever duties and tasks around them physically that might need help. There's so many different ways that you can take up responsibility and share it. But they have to match and mesh and align with what you have available in you, of you, to share. If that's not resources, oh, you're doing all the support, financial and presence. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, this, my friend, sounds like a communication challenge. Something perhaps that you need to express to the universe. I recommend going on one of Violet 108's live streams and doing her scripting process. She's much better at describing it than I am. Violet 108, great teacher here for that. The scripting could help you gain clarity and help manifest the situation for you. That would be what I'm. Who's that? Violet 108. Violet, are you still here or did you disappear? Yeah, just look up Violet 108 in Insight Timer. Yeah, thank you, Peta. Very good. She's a fellow teacher here in Insight Timer. I was on her live yesterday. Melinda and I were, and she did scripting where we script a future scenario, but we write it from a feeling place and we write it as though it is currently happening. And it was really, really powerful. Yes, you're welcome. But again, I'm sensing your mind is very active in a specific perspective on this. And what you're wanting to do, Maya, is drop into your heart. You want to allow your heart wisdom to lead the show, to be the master. I would also suggest, this just came to, check out my Heart Teach My Mind track and begin to do that on a regular basis if you can, or if you feel willing. It will help you get out of your head and listen to your heart, and then follow. It'll help you follow from the heart more. That could be exactly what you need, because I'm feeling just lots of busy, firm, narrow mental energy around this, and I wish for relief and freedom for you with this. Yeah, the scripting was really cool. Abraham, if anyone's ever studied or followed or listened to Abraham Hicks, they talk about pre-paving. It's just another kind of, you could do it as a visualization as well. I used to just do it as visualizations in my mind, and I would pre-pave the scenario. I often do it when I'm sick and I begin to just um, celebrate and get excited about feeling better, but I don't do it from a place of being sick. I'm just be like, oh, I feel so relieved to wake up in the morning and feel, 90% better, and that I'm just, this is clear, this is easier, it just feels more refreshing. There's just lots of ways to do it. But the scripting is a journaling technique for pre-paving a scenario or a situation. It's really powerful. Heart teach my mind. Yeah, my friends. The entire antigenic climate of the planet right now is calling us to drop into our hearts more and more. If your mind is running the show, if you have been culturalized or taught by your parents or just habitualized using your mind to run the show, I totally invite and encourage you to drop more and more into your heart. Find whatever works for you, whether it's these lives or other people's lives or anybody's tracks or any kind of meditation or technique, just anything that really brings you into your heart, because the mind can only see so far. The mind is like headlights on a car. It can only take you so far. You can go on a cross-country trip with a car at night with just the headlights, but you can only see as far as the headlights can. The heart knows the entirety of your journey. It knows every single chapter of your life, of your past lives, of your future lives. It knows everything. It is the portal to our growth energetically as spiritual beings, right? The mind, the mind is like the old way. The mind is like the way that our parents and grandparents lived, right? And then that's what they taught us because that's all they knew. My parents are a perfect example of that. My dad was emotionally disconnected from any feelings. He never expressed any until he got older and got dementia, actually. My mom was completely codependent to him and his problems. And so she was an emotional wreck lots of times and very fearful about everything. And so there was no sort of grounded way, and they were both in their heads way too much, right? And this is what the previous generations knew, and they did as well as they could with it, right? But now there's us. We're the new generation, and the newer generations that are coming, the younger folks. I'm not young anymore, even though I may look youngish. But now the calling, the advancement of ourselves spiritually and personally, and for the planet, is really to drop into the heart. The more and more we can do that, my friends, the more relief you will feel, and the more you will suddenly and gradually realize, both suddenly and gradually realize, that you have always been safe and secure and deeply loved. My guides live in my heart. My connection to source comes from my heart, not my mind. I use my mind as a tool to facilitate connecting to the heart. That's totally fine. All right. Enough of my soapbox. Let's see what you guys are saying. And then I'll pull a card for us before we go. You're welcome, Maya. Yes, it's been many years now, so I'm frustrated, thus the mental agitation. Yeah. Tap into your heart, my dear. Trust that it will guide you. Peter says, I am so, capital L, massively grateful, Greg. Went from so tired to zing, all recharged, blown away again. Peter, I am grateful and thankful to you. I appreciate how you connect with this work in such a beautiful and unique and PETA way that I love it. I love hearing about it. I love witnessing it. I love how you share it with all of us. So thank you for being you. Yes. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Beautiful teaching, she says. Thank you for sharing your gifts. You are most welcome. Yes, yes. Thank you. Very helpful analogy. Cool, Maya. Is it dragons? It's dragons time. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, it's not dragons, Shelley. Oh, I'm sorry. The card deck. Yeah. We're doing the Starseed Oracle. Can you see that? That light is so bright. I'm on my new laptop trying to get used to it so that when I go stay with my friends in Utah or wherever else I end up staying until I move to the Canaries, that I'm comfortable and familiar with doing the lives for you guys on my laptop. So yeah, Starseed Oracle deck. Oh, the author is Rebecca Campbell with the artwork by Danielle Noel. Yep, yep, yep. I love this deck. Sorry, Shelly. Yeah, I love the dragon deck too, but we did dragons on what did we do dragons on? We did dragons on Wednesday. Oh, schedule wise, just so that you guys know, please do follow me. I invite you to follow me if you want to get notified of my lives. I strongly encourage that. You're also welcome to join our lovely group that we have on Insight Timer called Circle of Love. To do that, you go to my home tab on my teacher profile, scroll all the way down, and then just join the group there. You are more than welcome to join us there. I'll often share tidbits, and right now we're doing a 30-day appreciation game challenge where occasionally folks will share something from their appreciation list that they do. If you want to find out about the 30-day appreciation game challenge and you want to join us for its magical and fun effects, then please join the group. The instructions for that are in the feed. What was I going to say about my schedule? Oh yeah, so every time I meet with you guys, my timetable keeps moving up. So originally, I thought I was going to head off to stay with friends. I have to be out of this house basically now that Marty's dead. The family needs to work on the house. They need to get everything out, do a estate sale, fix some things, just, spruce it up for selling. So I thought I'd be leaving on July 1st, but as it stands right now, I'm going to be leaving either July or June 25th or even sooner. At this point, let me look at the calendar. I could be leaving this area within 2 weeks. So once I do that, I'm not really sure what my schedule is going to be like. I'm going to maintain my lives on Wednesday and Saturday while I'm here. So I haven't booked next week's yet, but I will book the 12th and the 15th. But I'm not really sure about that following week because I could be leaving anytime the week of the 16th. So yeah, so keep posted or just show up randomly, intuitively, however you wish. Yes, Liz, I do hope Peter keeps the ping in her zing. That would be awesome. Yeah, so I am going to stay with my buddy in Utah. It's a big change for me now that I have to get out of this house. And I'm hoping I only have to be there for a few months before I actually make my final move to the Canary Islands. But as we know, life's what happens when you make other plans. I do intend to move to the Canaries. But then again, also I might need more time. So I may end up looking to be a house guest at somebody else's place. Who knows what will happen. So I hope to be able to take you guys with me wherever I go. Alrighty, let's shuffle. What kind of card do you guys think we will get now? There we go. All right. For some reason, I'm making 3 piles today. And I'm taking the middle card. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. That's what I'm doing. This deck is the lovely Starseed Oracle deck from Rebecca Campbell. And our card today is Water Your Garden, Nourishment, Body Care, Tenderness, and Rest. Oh, sorry. Not used to the smaller size laptop. Let's see what this is about. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. I'm not going to read from the book because I'm inspired to do it this way. Water your garden. Wow, I'm getting a real strong energy. Let's see if I can interpret it. Okay, a couple cool things are coming through. So first off, gardens, flowers, plants, trees, right? None of them, beautiful flower does not sit in the garden desperately waiting, anticipating, clinging, needing, longing. It's not sitting there whining. It's just existing. in the garden. It's completely present in the moment. And it's trusting that water will either come or not come, that the sun will either shine or not, that the earth holds the nourishment or not. It's completely 100% present and trusting. And the other big feeling that I'm getting intuitively, what comes from water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest, we are responsible for our own well-being. In fact, it is spiritually deadly to mentally or emotionally make other people responsible for our happiness and well-being. We are responsible for our self-care. We are responsible for the conditions that we are in. We are responsible for the scenario that we live in. We are responsible for how we feel and what we think. And so we are the ones that need to water our own garden. We can often, I've been this way, I've felt this many times when I'm overwhelmed by conditions and scenarios and situations. I've often felt like I want something outside of me to intervene. I want something outside of me to help change the situation. But it always is an inside job, my friends. It always starts from the heart. And so when we water our own gardens, what we're doing is we're taking life force. Water is associated with the second chakra, which is the life force chakra, is what I like to call it. Not everybody calls it that, but it's the place of creativity, passion, sexuality, sensuality. It's life force. And we are being invited by this card to use life force to water our very own flowers, the very things that we wish to grow in our life, right? And so there comes in nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Let's see what you guys are saying. Shelley says, how fitting as I lay in bed, drinking a tea with castor oil smacked on my face. Oh, yes, you are watering your own garden right now. Thomas, has anyone else heard of a guardianship for properties? Someone I met is an artist and does this with others for reduced rent. Properties that would otherwise be empty. I just looked it up and there are 5,000 to 7,000 property guardians in the UK. I wonder if that's a UK thing. I'll look it up. I've never heard of that in the US. Who knows? All right, my friends. One last look at the card. Sorry, getting used to the new visuals on the laptop. There we go. Wonderful. All right, my dear ones. I must away. I've got rice cooking for supper. Thank you so much for being here today. It is an honor and a joy and a pleasure, as always, to journey with you and to share with each of you and to share and listen to your sharing. Thank you for who you are, for your presence here, for your support of me just in showing up, and for anyone who ever donates. I always deeply appreciate and honor that flow of abundance. And I do look forward to seeing you again soon. I'll try to get my next week's schedule in to Insight Timer as soon as I can. You're welcome, Evie. It's nice to have you here. And Peter, good to see you. What? Blessing all from your beach retreat. Oh, I'm jealous. Send me a picture. All right, my friends, take good care of yourself, water your garden, nourish your body, take self-care and rest as you need to, right? We are the ones that have to take care of ourselves. And thank you so much for being here. Wow, 140 people. Blessings and love to all of you. I will see you either at somebody else's live or at one of mine. Do take care, love, and have a good night. Bye-bye.